So Routh's array or the Routh's criteria we are going to understand. We are going to find the system whether it is stable or not. Okay, so let us go for the problem first. So here they have given the problem, the simple problem they have given. Okay, first step is to see the whether it is arranged properly in descending order and any terms is missing or not. So we'll start with the s power 4. It is the highest power. S is having the term which is having the highest power, right? In this particular equation. Now s power 4. Then s power 3 should come. Yes, it is coming. Then s power 2 it is there. Then s power 1, yes, it is there. Where is s power 0? S power 0 you can just mention. It is s power 0 since it is 1. S power 0 is 1. Okay. This coefficient is also 1. Okay, that is fine. Now so after understanding that all the terms are there, there is no terms missing and it is properly arranged in descending order. Now we can go for forming the Routh's table. Okay, so how to form that? Simple. Write the s power terms descending order. Just the s power. So s power 4, s power 3, s power 2, s power 1, s power 0. Then if you want you can draw one line. Simple. Now we have to write the coefficients. Always remember first we have to form only first two rows. First two rows only we have to fill up. Always all the questions with the given equation coefficients. Now the coefficient of s power 4 is 1. Just put it beside this s power 4. Next coefficient whenever you are writing s power 3 that should come beside s power 3. That will be down. Next one square one will come over here. Then next one it will come over here. Next one it will come over here. Where is the next one then? There is no next one. We can put 0 or we can leave it blank. So how I wrote this you have to understand properly. See, as I said before that we have to fill only two rows. We cannot keep on writing down. Okay, so what we are done, that first coefficient I have written here. Second coefficient 4 I have written down. Next coefficient I cannot write here. So I have went to the top row. But next column, right? Second column. Then 8 is there, that I have written second row. Then again I cannot write here. So I went to the top one. Now this space is left. If you want you can leave it as it is. That means blank space, or you can mention 0. That is also fine. So this is how we have to write first two rows. This is the important step. Okay, after filling first two rows, we have to fill what? The third row. How to fill third row? See, always remember the first column. First column. Where is the first column elements? First column elements is nothing but this one. So in first column elements, I have already filled 1 and 4, right? Two rows. Third row I am trying to find. First row elements are always, I'll call it as kings. Okay, kings. Now why I am calling it as kings? Because they are the elements for which we have to consider for they are most important elements. Okay, why it is important we'll try to analyze that. Okay, so always remember first column whatever elements is there they'll consider it as what kings. There is it is not mentioned in any textbook. I am just telling you for understanding purpose, that's it. Okay, so s power 2 I'll fill. How to fill that? See carefully, I have two kings. Always you have to take two kings from the first column in order wise. So only two kings are there, 1 and 4, so I have taken that. Bottom king into 1. Okay, top king into 8. How to write that? Always start from bottom king which is 4 into 1. Okay, put one minus sign. Then top king is 1 into 8 whole divided by the bottom king. Always it should be the bottom king in the denominator. So when you calculate it will be 4 minus 8 by 4. What is 4 minus 8? It is minus 4 by 4 which is equal to what? Minus 1. Simple. So there is no space for this much calculation. So after calculating, I'll just put it here directly the value. Now how to fill the second column of the third row? How to fill this? Again, as I said, kings we have to consider kings only. Now which elements? These two elements are done. Now next these two elements we have to consider. Right. So again, bottom king into the top one. top king into the bottom one. So it will be 4 into 1 minus, put minus, then you multiply 1 into 0. Whole divided by the bottom king, which is 4. So 4 minus 0 by 4, which is equal to what? 1. So again you have to put that 1 over here. What about this third column, third row? Here, if I want to fill this, I should have elements over here, but there is no elements, right? So that I can multiply. There is no elements. So what should I do? I can leave it as it is, that means blank space, or you can mention 0. Okay. After finishing the third row, I am going for the fourth row, which is s power 1. Okay. Here first element I have to take. Now which king? Now in the first column, as I said, they have mentioned it as kings. There are 3 kings now. 1, 4, minus 1. Always you have to take bottom ones. That means 2 kings I need, so I will take these 2. So new king has arrived, that I have to consider. So 4 and minus 1, I have to ignore the top one. This is how it proceed. This is how we have to do. Now again the same procedure you have to follow. Now we have to consider corresponding these 2 elements and these 2 elements. Simple. So bottom king into the top one. So minus 1 into 8. Then put minus sign. Top king into the bottom one. 4 into 1 divided by the bottom king, which is nothing but minus 1. How much it will be? Minus 8 minus 4 divided by minus 1. So it will be minus 12 by minus 1. Minus minus cancel. So it will be 12 plus 12. Next one I have to fill the second column. So what should I do? Again these 2 kings I have to consider. Now the elements will be these 2. So when I multiply, both are 0, right? Both are 0. So if you want multiply, I can show you. So bottom king into the top one, which is minus 1 into 0, minus top king into the bottom one. So 4 into 0 divided by the bottom king, which is minus 1. Anyways, it will be 0 minus 0 by minus 1, which is equal to 0. Okay. So no need to mention that. So that means this has become 0. Now what about this element? See, since this has become 0, so automatically there is no element on the right hand side. You can see here, there is no element on the right hand side. So you can leave as it is or put one 0 sign, a 0, okay, or leave one blank. Leave it as blank. So after finishing I have to go for the last row, okay, last row. So now new king has arrived. So I have to consider these 2 kings. Again corresponding elements, these 2. Multiply 12 into 1 minus 1 into 0 divided by the bottom king, which is 12. So answer will be 12 minus 0 by 12, which is equal to 1. Right? See, when you have written the s power 0 beside that 1, in the question if you observe, the s power 0 coefficient is also 1. Right? It is also 1. So for verification purpose, whether you have done the calculation correctly in each row, whether you have filled the elements correctly, the last whatever you are calculating s power 0, if you are getting the same coefficient in the question itself, from the question, if you are getting the same coefficient in the question and here also, that means you have done correctly. So this and this, if you are matching, then it is correct. What about the next element? Next element, it automatically the next elements in the row will be 0. Why? Because here you can observe that if you are calculating this one, I have to multiply this and this and this and this. Anyways, it both are 0, so it will be 0. Again, next 2 elements are not there. Again, it will be 0. Correct? So I've got the routes array, routes table. How to find whether the system is stable or not? After forming the routes array, we have to see the first column. As I said, kings are very important, right? Kings are there on the first column. So this first column, if I see, so we'll try to understand this, that we have to see any sign changes are there in first column. Sign changes. How to see that? See here carefully. 1 is sitting, so that is plus itself. 4 is also plus. Okay, this is minus. This is plus. This is again plus. Okay, so I'll just write it over here, the signs: plus sign, minus sign, plus sign, plus sign. So what you understand from there, phi I have written here sign, same signs, okay. So we have to go from the top to bottom. See, from plus to plus I am jumping. It's the same sign. There is no difference, right? Plus to plus. Then from plus to minus there is a different sign. I am jumping to the different platform, right? Then from minus I am jumping to plus. Again different platform. See, now the question arises. Don't think like this, that plus sign should be there. No, no, no. We are not counting plus sign, how much plus sign is there, how much minus sign is there. We are just seeing that when I jump from top to bottom, okay, simultaneously along the order, whether I am seeing any sign change or not. That is the question. Okay, we are not counting plus sign, minus sign here. Now, from plus sign, I am jumping to plus sign. That it is same. There is no difference. Right. So plus to plus, minus to minus, there is no sign change. But plus to minus or minus to plus, there is sign change. Right. So how many sign changes I got? Two sign changes. Plus to minus, one sign change. Minus to plus, one more sign change. So two sign changes. So therefore we can say that sign change is there in the first column. Okay, where kings are sitting. So don't write kings and come. Okay. So kings are sitting. Therefore, we can say the system is unstable. And how many roots are there on the right half of the S-plane? That also we have to find, right? So it depends on what? Number of sign changes. So let me just write the system is unstable. Okay. And how many number of sign changes? Two sign changes. So number of roots depends on what? Sign changes. So how many sign changes? Two sign changes. Therefore, we can say that two roots on the right half of the S-plane. Right half of S-plane. That means that two roots are making this system what? Unstable. See, I should have always the roots on the left half of the S-plane. Then only I can say the system is stable. But I am getting the roots on the right half of the S-plane. That means that roots are making this system what? Unstable. Okay.